My husband and I were both very blessed to have good financial examples in our parents. And so we were making good choices, but we were just really struggling to make ends meet. So we were living paycheck to paycheck. We had two small children. We had two boys, ages 6 and 8. And it was really important to us that I was staying at home with them. And so when they were in school, I would work, but when they were home, I was home. And I lost my very part-time job, and we were just not sure how we were going to make ends meet. And that is when I learned about Birch. Birch was so instrumental in our lives in just taking us through a time when I really don't know what we would have done without it. It provided so many needs and so many wants. There were many, many times that I would, on my way to Birch, would pray about the things that we needed, and they would be there for us. Things that, like, if they weren't there, I would need to go to the grocery store to pick them up because I needed them for a recipe that I was doing for like an event we were going to, or something that we like had to have that item. And then some things were like clothing items that I needed for school, for my boys and things like that. And then there were those wants. It wasn't something we needed, but it was something that we wanted, and God used Birch to provide that for us too. So after we had been on the program a while, we had been wondering if it was time for us to move on from Birch. And then my husband got the opportunity to change careers. He'd been really unhappy in his job. And as I'm sure a lot of you know, that when someone in the home is unhappy with their job, it affects everyone in the family. And he had once told me that the thing that he wished that he could have done, if he could have done it all over again, was to be an electrician. And so that opportunity came up, and we looked at our finances, and he was going to take a very, very significant pay cut because he was going to be starting at the very bottom. And we looked at our finances and we thought, with Birch, I think we can do this. And so he took that leap and he did it. And so it was a 5-year process going through the apprenticeship. And there were times when I can't even tell you the amount of times that we would look at what was on our table, and I would say, like, all of the things on our table came from Birch. I think Birch Community Services is an amazing place that so many different people can benefit from. I think whether you're struggling financially because you are swamped in debt, or whether you are living paycheck to paycheck because you just don't make enough money to make ends meet, I think Birch can help you. And if you are thinking of donating to Birch, it is such a worthy cause. It's a unique program where participants are accountable for their decisions, and it's not just coming and getting food. It's about financial education, and it's about moving forward and leaving a legacy for their families. And I believe in Birch, so much so that I now count it a privilege to be able to work there as well.